The Ballon d'Or is the most prestigious award in all of football. After more than a decade of dominance between Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, a new era has begun, with players like Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham, and Lamine Yamal all vying for the trophy. So today we will be doing our official Ballon d'Or rankings to see who truly deserves to win the Ballon d'Or.
Sounds good. All four of us have submitted our top 30 Ballon d'Or rankings list. Melly, how's it gonna run though?
Similar to our ranking the top 3 in each position video, which you should definitely check out, the boys will be ranking their Ballon d'Or nominees from 1st to 30th. We'll then take the average of each player and rank them to see who we truly believe deserves to win the Ballon d'Or. So boys, are you ready?
Before we get to the first player, if you want to support the channel, make sure to check out our Patreon. There's a whole bunch of extra content there. But even just if you want to support us, there's that too. Anyways, Millie, let's get to the first player.
So in last place, this player has an average of 29.25. Let's see who it is. Artem Dovbyk. We're all wondering why he's here, but since he is, let's speak about him.
This is harsh.
Harsh.
There's one player worse on this list for sure.
There's not.
no way.
I put him 30th. I know I put him 30th.
I put him 30th as well.
Millie?
30th as well.
So that means
there's
it's you
one
that put him
culprit.
higher.
Let's keep it short and sweet. I put him 29th. So
Listen,
I'm not gonna act like he's some world beater.
Exceptional season for Dovbyk standards, but listen, you're on a Ballon d'Or list and it got you a move to Roma.
I mean, he was top scorer of La Liga, which wasn't bad, but
That's an amazing achievement.
You know,
but
That's a like we said in the podcast. That's literally a back of the cardboard box
no.
trophy nowadays.
respect La Liga, brother.
no, you're sharing an award with Messi, Ronaldo, with greats.
Whatever you say, but Dovbyk last season definitely deserves to be mentioned, but unfortunately, nothing higher than 30. Boys.
About it. Deserves to be mentioned. There, mention. Like
There.
hail.
Take it.
But as we get higher in the list, we're definitely going to dive deeper into the players. I mean, this is 30, and then the big boys are at the end, so make sure to stay for that.
Boys, in the 29th position, we have a Champions League finalist. Let's see who it is. After over a decade of playing top-level football, Mats Hummels is still doing it. Making the CL final was the cherry on top of an already impressive campaign that sees him nominated for this prestigious award.
Who's dragging up this average? That's what I want to
I'm
know.
gonna be real. Why the f is Hummels on this list?
Bro, Champions League finalist, as Millie said, with Borussia Dortmund, which, to be honest, you were the one calling them shit the
So
entire
let's
year.
just put all the Dortmund players on the list. Roll it off
Where's
one by
Royce?
one.
He was one of the best ones.
Yeah, where's Fulkrug?
Where's Sancho?
I
Brother, he was the best defender on that team, and he led them to a Champions League final.
The
Bars in hell.
the weight for the Champions League is very, very heavy, especially on a team like Dortmund, I find. But Hummels firms, you put him 22nd. Everyone else I put him 28th. Pala 29, Vavar 30.
Brother, he's not even a starter for Roma right now. Like,
we're
he's
talking about
that
last
ass.
year.
Bro, he's just not a good player anymore. He used to be a good player. He's not a good player anymore. He had a couple of good CL
But
games
Varvar,
when people were watching. It's like Sancho.
Ballon d'Or is about the season you had before, not about right now. He's
No,
at Roma,
exactly.
he's not
The
starting.
season, not 2-3 games in Champions League. The whole season.
2-3, he literally went
He
to a
was
final.
ass,
He went to a final, brother.
Dovbyk was a La Liga top goal scorer, and you're putting Hummels like 10 places above
that's
him.
pretty crazy.
Stupid.
Well, it's hard to compare them. One's a striker scoring goals and one's a defender.
All right, gentlemen, the next player up in the 28th spot is a Europa League hero, boys. Let's see who it is. Ademola Lookman bursted onto the scene last season with a hat trick in the Europa League final to embarrass the undefeated Leverkusen team. With his flair and pace, he was a difficult winger to control for everyone he came up against.
So far, all three of them have been my exact order, so I don't know if Millie's looking at the wrong list there, but
I got Lookman 23, my brother.
That's
How-
23?
stupid.
What do you mean? I'm the only one here that's actually rating City, huh?
What did he do?
How the turntables?
What did he do?
He scored a hat trick in a Europa League final. You call it a day.
That's more than almost did. Like in Champions League.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
And
what did he do with it the entire
where do you
season?
put him? Where do you put him if he doesn't get a hat trick in the Europa League final?
Not
Off
on
the
this
list, my brother.
Off the list.
But what if Hummels, if he didn't make a CL final, I think he'd be banished to Azkaban.
But that's how it
but
works,
there
brother.
were multiple games in the Champions League versus top
Champions
level
League.
talent.
You're taking a Europa League hat trick and saying that puts him above Hummels in a list.
Aura,
Well,
bro.
I put him above.
He wasn't even the best Atalanta player.
That's cap.
Ademola Lookman, Europa League hero, brought a monster trophy to Atalanta, so gotta give him flowers. I think he definitely deserves to be on this list. Boys, the next player, we are heading to PSG. Vitinha broke out of his shell last season with his slick dribbling and incisive passing. On top of a Team of the Season Liga campaign, he also was one of Portugal's most crucial players.
Honestly, He deserves to be here. This ain't a Hummel situation where you're wondering how did blood get here.
Both deserve to be
How
here.
did blood get here? Like,
Yeah.
brother.
Listen,
What, a Ligue 1 trophy get to a Ballon d'Or vote.
That's what I'm
Clearly.
saying. Looking back at his season, he didn't have an
One
extraordinary
of the best
season.
players at the Euros.
For Portugal.
Portugal,
Yes.
underperforming Portugal.
Hummels didn't even play for an underperforming Germany. But sure, keep going.
This is true. Who is Todd's pairing?
Huh?
Who did Todd play with?
I don't know, some piece of ass probably, but
Rudiger.
Rudiger? Oh, that's the best center back in the world.
You said I just trapped you, brother. Oh, that's going in the video.
Clipped,
Podcast intro. Call it a day.
exported, sent already.
Some piece of ass.
Some piece of Rudiger.
But Vitinha had a very solid season. I mean, every time I watch this guy, I really wonder, is he not one of the best midfielders in the world?
He's
Because
creeping up there.
He doesn't get the respect he deserves at PSG, I feel
think he
like,
does.
in the grand scheme of things.
His bad performances are never spoken about because people ain't watching it. His good ones are because they're usually for Portugal or in big games for PSG. But I mean, that goes to show he's a big game player and he does it on the big stage.
So, boys, in our 26th place, we have a Manchester City Don that Varvar isn't very much of a fan of. Being the defensive cornerstone for one of the world's best teams is no easy job, but for Ruben Diaz, he makes it look easy. Since being bought from Benfica, he has shown to be one of the world's best center backs, so it's not surprising to see him on this list.
Bro, who is disrespecting Diaz?
He's ass.
Brother,
Bro,
I'm sorry. You want to
tell
talk
me you can't watch football.
Brother, watch football, but this season, he arguably one of Man City's worst defenders. I don't know what you're
I
talking
had him 28th. Bro,
He really isn't that special. Like,
I
I'm sorry.
agree. Akanji
not-
clear, Stones clear. He's like the fourth best defender
You
on
gotta
Manchester
take into
City.
consideration trophies as well. Yes, he plays at Man City, but he's a
All
starter
these
at
other
Man
Man
City.
City players won those trophies as well.
But he was a cornerstone in defense.
Literally.
Akanji was, but sure.
Akanji too should have been here.
Yeah,
I rarely say Diaz had a bad game. Rarely.
I think it's becoming much more often.
Was
now.
Virgil van Dijk on this list or no? He wasn't even nominated, but I'm supposed to believe that Ruben Diaz deserves a nomination.
Because he won the
sure.
Premier League.
Sure.
Because he won your favorite league in the world.
And didn't Netherlands make the semifinals of the Euros?
Quarterfinals, semifinals?
Semifinals. I think they played England in the semis, if I'm not mistaken. So I believe Virgil van Dijk deserves a nomination over Ruben
sure.
Diaz.
There's a lot of players that were nominated, to be honest.
We'll get to that soon, gentlemen. But the next player up, Spanish hero. And listen, boys, got a big move to Barcelona this summer. Dani Olmo let the world know of his amazing talent during the Euros that not only saw him win the tournament, but also tie for the Golden Boot. He was so impressive, he earned himself a move to Barcelona over the summer. Not so bad for the Spaniard.
Quel jugador.
Bro, not a jugador.
He's a jugador.
Last
Jugador.
season, this is 20. Last season, what did the guy do in his league?
Won
he had
the
one
Euros.
good Euro, bro, and he only had that opportunity
enough.
because other players got injured.
It's enough to be put above Hummels. So
I put him 23rd. Respected the brother. Good, you got your Ballon d'Or or whatever. But bro,
you
this
put him
guy's
the highest out of all of us.
yes,
And he's the one ripping him.
but
Put
deserves to
him
be
in the
ripped.
same area. It's not like there's an outlier or anything. But Dani Olmo solidified himself as one of the best players in Europe in the Euros. I'm sorry. No, this brother
You're just
was
shooting air,
insane.
bro.
And we
There's
have
a
to,
reason why he got
and
sold
we
for
have to
50 mil.
add in that start of the season for Barcelona, he's been pretty crazy.
That means that's not this Ballon d'Or season.
Yeah, he could sprinkle in the past 6 games.
Not-
He was good for Barcelona, but last season, bro, domestically, this guy did schiaf.
Also,
He was injured.
Bundesliga, but
injured.
he was injured too, yeah.
We will get to that, gentlemen. Anything else on Dani Olmo?
Some very deep analysis over on this channel. But it's because you want to get through the bottom ones because we want to get to the top dogs. That's where you get the more like...
The money's
The
with
juice.
top dogs.
The juice is there.
Because,
eating up there.
brother, we're not going to... I know you across the screen. You don't want to hear about Dani Olmo, Adelmo, Lukman, Dovic.
They
for,
do, they do.
Respect my
15
Barcelona
minutes.
You
culé.
don't know what they want to see, Varvar?
If they want to hear it, if you guys want to hear more about Dani Olmo, Adamo Lookman, you make sure to
Comment down
comment down below. You know the drill.
I won't be
We'll
answering.
do an Atalanta rebuild.
Talanta rebuild. Comment down below.
Gentlemen, the next player up was part of Bayer Leverkusen's undefeated season. Firms, he seems a little shocked. Let's see who it is. Alejandro Grimaldo joined Leverkusen for free last year, and what a signing he has been for the black and red Bundesliga outfit. Dropping almost 30 goals and assists from the left wing-back position, he was always going to find himself on this list.
So I put this brother 26.
I put him 27.
Billy, what did you put?
I put him 22nd, a little
So how
high.
did this brother end up higher than Dani Olmo, Vitinha, and Lukman?
I'll tell you right now, Firms FC,
Firms FC.
Put him 16.
16.
As he should.
right.
One of the best
16,
left backs in the world.
bro.
He
Which
should.
Minutes
left
watched
back
of Grimaldo.
literally played Milan?
16. 16.
Literally,
That's
literally went
ridiculous.
undefeated with a team. He was the best left back in the world for a while.
He wasn't
before
even the
Theo-
best fullback on his team. And
Why,
the other fullback,
Frimpong is-
Frimpong didn't even get
Didn't even
nominated.
get a mention in our top 3 players in their positions in the world, by the way.
He was 5th in mine.
That's
sixth.
crazy for.
Listen, a left back should not be scoring that much. Yes, he's like a left winger. I don't care. Bro, he was essential for Leverkusen's undefeated run.
I think just the fact that it was an undefeated run, a lot of these players got propped up this year, especially for Ballon d'Or.
Grimaldo or McNeil?
We'll
Which
get to
one would
that.
you rather?
Who?
Grimaldo or Dwight McNeil, bro?
Next
Same
player.
player.
Two
Next
cheeks to the
player.
same ass, huh?
If you put Xhaka, I'm just saying, if you put Xhaka above Grimaldo, then you just made a typo on your list. I know that 6 was right, but the 2 was supposed to be there.
The next player, gentlemen, Argentina hero. Some say he's the reason why Messi won a World Cup. Let's see who it is. It seems that with every year that passes, Emi Martinez pushes himself into the best goalkeeper in the world conversations more and more. A Copa America win was accompanied by Aston Villa making the Champions League. Not too shabby for the Argentinian goalie.
I mean, if he
Deserved
did, he's still living off the 2020.
Yeah,
he's
low
still
key.
living off the World Cup.
Oh, come
He
on
is
now.
not, brother.
Very good
Do
player.
not tell me you watched Aston Villa Bayern and thought, yeah, this guy.
Very good player. Very
maybe
good
does.
player. But I believe he's the only goalie on the list. That's crazy to me. Like, I don't think he's not the best goalie in the world last year.
Doesn't mean Emi Martinez doesn't deserve to be on this list. Copa America, he's probably the best goalkeeper there, brother.
I don't
Not
think, I
that
think
He was
hard.
the only. Oh no, well, Allison was there actually.
This guy's a top 3 goalkeeper in the world.
himself a couple of times.
But why would we put Allison just to put Allison?
Because he's the best goalkeeper.
guys who should be
well,
kicking
he's
out-
better than Emi Martinez.
We should be kicking out guys like Grimaldo.
I agree.
But the Ballon
Bro,
d'Or is based
damn.
on one season.
If I were
one
making this
particular
list, it would
football
basically
season.
just be Premier League Player of the Season award. So
Ridiculous work. Emi Martinez, Copa America winner, definitely deserves to be on this list in my opinion. Not just from this year, last year as well, World Cup. I don't see anything wrong with that. But
if
boys,
Colombia won Copa America, we would have just had a bunch of Colombian players here.
James Rodriguez might have made an appearance.
True, right? That's a good
Luis
statement.
Diaz would have been on it.
No,
Luis
but
Diaz would have been on it.
Yeah,
He should
sure.
be on it.
He
No,
should
James
be.
Rodriguez, 100%. He was the best player on the Colombian team.
There's a debate.
So you're telling me James Rodriguez would have been on the list if they won Copa
No, that's
America?
crazy.
Bro, if
That tarnishes his
Lookman is on this, you're telling me James Rodriguez is not better than Lookman.
He's not better than Lookman.
All right.
brother, come on now.
Wait,
Come
you're
on, I
saying,
gotta take those nostalgia glasses.
Yeah.
off.
you're saying James Rodriguez is better than Adamola
take
Lookman
that.
in
Yes.
2024?
Yes.
Oh, brother.
Where does he
Bro,
play?
who is Lookman in your guys' eyes?
Who is James Rodriguez?
in your eyes, bro?
Yeah, he doesn't play for Real Madrid anymore, brother.
I understand.
That
Bring
was
him
a
back to
decade
Europe.
ago.
Bring him back to Europe.
got the
Brother,
kid,
that,
he
that,
thinks-
free-
Oh my
that,
God.
that volley was a decade ago, my brother.
Oh, legit a decade ago.
Yeah.
The chest control and the
Bro, who is Lookman in this game, bro?
Bro, it's 2024.
Gentlemen, we are making our way up these rankings, and in the 22nd place, we get our first Arsenal player. Let's see who it is. Just a year removed from his transfer from West Ham, Declan Rice finds himself inching closer to that best midfielder in the world tag by dropping a solid Premier League campaign that almost saw him lift some silverware.
Brother, this is low-key low for Declan Rice. I'm not going to cap.
It's close to mine. I
think-
put him 20 and it ended up 22. You put him
I put him 20th.
and 22. So, I mean, some I'm not gonna call them names, but somebody's stupid
This
here.
ain't adding up. Firms, where did you put
Listen, I put him 26.
Bro,
as he should be.
him? Put Ruben Diaz higher than Declan Rice?
Where's Declan Rice's trophy? Where?
Oh,
Where?
Why
didn't he-
If
Why didn't he beat Man City? What happened there?
I promise
Oh,
you this.
where
if
are
Ruben
they?
Diaz
I don't see
played
them
for-
on the table.
If
I don't see
Ruben
them. I
Diaz
don't see them.
played for Arsenal, the brother wouldn't even become close.
Yeah.
to
I
this
agree
list.
with that.
And if Declan Rice played for Manchester City, he would probably be in like the top 10.
I agree with that. That's why in the metrics that I'm using, it's about who
Shit
had the better
metrics.
season.
Shit
Declan Rice was
metrics.
shit for England.
Shit
He
metrics.
was good for Arsenal.
Embarrassing.
Bro, you're
He
one
didn't
of
win
the
a
best
trophy.
midfielders in the best league in the world, and Ruben Diaz wasn't even in the top 10 best defenders in the Premier
I know.
League.
Firm, sometimes you say he's kind of a back pass merchant once.
He is. Try to make a forward pass challenge, bro. Good
But
player,
you're-
but he's not better than
Ballon d'Or,
Barella. He's
Ballon
not
d'Or
better
nominee.
than so many other midfielders in
Not
the
better
world.
than Barella, bro.
This guy put him like
Go back to the TV, bro.
Oh my
boot up,
God,
boot up,
bro.
boot up the zone, bro.
Barella is better, but anyways, I digress. He's not nominated on this list, unfortunately. Declan
26,
Rice,
bro.
Declan Rice, I think with the performances in his first Arsenal season, somewhat deserves to be on this list. I don't know about this high. I put him 23rd, but
So I'm not allowed to rate Leao's season last year because he won nothing.
No, bro, that's not how it works. He's not on the Ballon d'Or list because he didn't have a
Bro,
good
do
season.
you know how Ballon d'Or, like, you know it's not just
Teach
trophies,
him,
bro.
teach him, bro, teach him.
But that is our first Arsenal player, and next position up, we're getting another Arsenal player, boys. Let's see who it is.
Il Capitano of Arsenal Football Club, Martin Odegaard, had a stellar year, putting up a very sizable amount of goals from the midfield that saw his team competing until the very end. Maybe this year, he will be able to get over the hump.
Bro.
21 for Odegaard. It's around there, you know what I mean?
It's very, very. Actually, no, he's clearing away the 21st. 22 is a little
I
far.
put him 21st, so for me,
But we're
Very
about to
active.
name some shitty players above him
Well, listen. I
because
think
of somebody's rating.
he definitely would have been a bit higher. However, Firms with the casual,
it's always firms.
with the casual
casual
20,
ass take.
27 on this list.
Another
All right,
player
now I
that-
wanna hear the
another
Arsenal
player
fan.
that Ruben Diaz is better.
I want to hear the
correct?
Arsenal fans say
But
why Odegaard
there's
should be
nothing to say.
21.
Last time, I thought you would just have a bias against Rice. It's fine. Now, I just know you just have a blatant hate for Arsenal, and that's fine.
That's not,
fine.
I'm actually
That's
using
fine, bro.
objectivity.
No, look, Odegaard had a decent season last year. He had one of the highest, I think. I think
Insane season.
he was one of the highest goal-scoring midfielders in Premier League history. I think last season.
My brother was playing a little higher up
And
the pitch.
look,
at
I'm
Mano.
not, and he didn't take pens at all, huh?
No, it doesn't take pens.
Yeah, exactly. So that too even adds to it. I think he was.
didn't win a trophy.
Yeah, no, but
You gotta consider it.
Listen, why
Gotta consider it.
Arsenal has all these world-class players, but where the are their trophies, bro?
bro, if
they
they
are
were
not
in
winning
Serie A,
Rugas.
they would be filled with
Exactly.
trophies.
But when they're not in
Exactly.
Serie A, what a stupid
I have to
argument.
use. I can't believe I'm defending Arsenal.
What
but
a
we
stupid
play in
argument.
the Premier League. It's a different game.
Okay.
That's like saying Inter didn't win Champions League last season. They failed. No, it's not true.
Oh, so they didn't fail.
Well, Arsenal failed, but
Arsenal did just as
because
bad.
every year they come in and say, "Oh, we're winning the Premier
Bro,
League," and they don't win it. But
Pep,
if they were
Pep
more
City didn't
respectable-
exist, bro, we'd have 3 Premier Leagues.
Listen,
The trophies hinders a lot of the Arsenal.
It
talk.
really,
It does.
If you like, are you blinded by the fact that brother didn't win a trophy?
Yes.
That just means
Yes.
that means
Yes.
that
Because
means
I
that
think-
you lack
What
the
the
ability to rate
is
players.
Dovvik doing on this list?
Okay, yeah, but that's
What
one
that's why
year.
he's
Brother,
That's
you
why he's
go
still-
back
Hummels did not
every year.
win. Hummels did not win a trophy last season.
Champions League final.
So they made a final.
Yes.
I think that's a good
They
achievement.
lost, but they made a final.
Var.
That's
We got
standard.
second place in the Premier League.
Yeah, but you are the best team in the world apparently with all these world-class players.
so you just admitted
Odegaard,
that you have a
Saka,
bias. So you just admitted you have a bias.
Havertz, who's the other Declan Rice.
But
they're,
have you-
they're not winning trophies,
Have
bro.
you ever seen top 5, top 10 Ballon d'Or lists with players that have not won trophies?
No, because that's what you need to bump up to the top 5.
That's because that's the cream of the crop.
But
right there.
Odegaard had a much better season than all those shitters that this guy put from 26 to 20.
Based on stats? Are we using
Based
stats?
on I watched the game, bro.
Oh,
Based on I watched the game.
Okay.
We're heading into the top 20 now, and let's see. I feel like I'm gonna get flamed for this one, boys. It is the first Inter player on the list. Let's see.
Inter's regista Hakan Çalhanoğlu had a solid campaign last season, cementing himself as one of Europe's best deep midfielders. Along the way, he also was a key piece of Inter winning the Scudetto.
What is a polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas?
He deserves to be there.
Odegaard, Çalhanoğlu, bro.
Okay,
Çalhanoğlu was
where
better.
do we put them? Where do we put them?
Bro, it's simple. We put them all in regular rankings, and then you put them somewhere very
Yeah.
far up above where
Let
you
me
should
guess,
be.
Firms was the most far off.
Yeah.
I put them 18.
Wasn't
There you go.
necessarily far off. 18. It's pretty similar.
Well, I
to,
put them what? I put them 21.
Won the I'm defending Inter, by the way. Won the Super Cup.
Okay,
stop
Won
it
the
now, bro.
I'm
Super
defending
Copa.
Arsenal. He's defending Inter. What's happening?
Nah,
in this video?
it's the league.
Won the
He's
Super
biased.
Copa.
He can lift 2 trophies that Declan Rice can't.
That's a cereal box Cheerios on the
Oh.
back. I rip it
Oh.
off, bro. Here's your
Okay.
Super
I don't even know
Copa,
if it's
bro.
on the Cheerios, bro.
Okay.
It might be on like whole wheat.
Yeah. Where's the Manchester United cereal box?
That's on the mini wheat.
They don't even have the
original.
scissors.
Bro, they won an FA
Original,
Cup,
bro.
bro.
They don't even got
They
the
won an
scissors.
FA Cup.
The FA Cup is better than Super Copa.
Lift that proudly,
Those are some
bro.
Fisher Price scissors.
Super Copa!
Bro, I don't even think they played the Super Copa final in Italy. That's the level
does
of
that
that
matter,
tournament.
That
bro?
doesn't matter. It's
Bro,
still
you know if a game is not played in Italy, then it's not a
it's not-
serious
It's called
Don't
marketing
found the Super Cup,
exposure,
Yeah,
brother.
it's called Saudi Arabia bid for it.
all of a sudden,
Money.
trophies mean nothing.
If they're not
When
playing in
it's
Italy.
called a Super Copa, yeah, it means nothing.
Yeah.
Super Copa!
That's what you win when you
so when
compete.
so when Juve wins it, bro. When Juve wins
We
it,
won a
bro,
Coppa
it's
Italia.
gonna mean nothing, bro.
We won a Coppa
It's gonna
Italia,
mean
bro.
nothing.
We won a
Oh
Coppa
my
Italia.
No.
Community Shield.
Bro, they won an FA Cup.
Idiot.
A super copa is what you get when you complete a Mario and Luigi level.
Yeah.
No. You get a
League's
Copa
Cup
America
is when I
top
finish
scorer for
my
that
tea
one.
and crumpet. That's what I eat my dessert off of. The League's Cup.
Bro, I go to Salvation Army. They're giving out Copa America
Community
trophies.
Shield.
They're giving out community shields.
Community Shield.
Hey, hello, love. I got my community shield. Stupid.
Making the cup, by the
Like
way.
literally, your arguments mean nothing.
Spare
I had no issues with Chalanoglu being 20th.
No
He was our best midfielder for Inter. I'm not even gonna.
No,
cap
he
right
wasn't.
now.
Barella was
Last
better.
year, bro. Yes.
Last year.
Barella didn't have that great of a season,
And
unfortunately.
you guys want to bring up stats. Why don't you're not bringing them up for this guy?
What?
Bro, you literally, before this video started, you were talking about how many penalties he scored.
Those are
He was the most
stats, bro. You're
clinical. He was
using
the most
stats to
clinical.
back up Odegaard. Why don't you?
Okay,
what happened to
move
Akan?
on, because Firms has lost his mind.
Yeah, I lost my mind.
All right, gentlemen. The next player up is one of Bayer Leverkusen's undefeated dons. Let's see who it is. Xhaka is the true definition of underrated. A workhorse in the midfield for both an undefeated Bayer Leverkusen campaign and a deep push by Switzerland in the Euros. He might often be overlooked, but given his importance on both teams, it is understandable he finds himself on this list.
All right, let's talk about Xhaka. Undefeated season. Excellent for Switzerland. This guy's underrated.
Was he Bayer Leverkusen's best player?
I think so.
No. But he's top 3.
I argue if you had to go last season, who was their most important player, I would say it's Xhaka.
Florian Wirtz.
That's the best player.
I'd say he was probably more important than Wirtz.
Xhaka was essential. I
Best
can't
player,
cap.
most important player. I think Wirtz doesn't get replaced the same way Xhaka does.
He an average of
Xhaka?
19.25. Obviously, Pala in my votes definitely bring him down. I think if we put him around where you guys would put him, he'd be closer to the top 10. And I think a lot of people have him around that top 10 position. I just, it's tough to justify. Like it's there, but I don't know.
The way I see it, trophies prop you up. There was midfielders in Europe that had as good, if not of a better of a season than Xhaka that are on this list.
Arsenal are still trying to replace Xhaka with like Mikel Merino and stuff, and it's still not coming out. Look, first appearance lost 2-0 to Bournemouth. So
In 18th place in our Ballon d'Or voting, we have another Spanish hero that took Europe by storm. Nico Williams makes history after winning the first Copa del Rey in 40 years for Athletic Club, while also pushing them to a Champions League spot. Not only his domestic season was a success, but his output at the Euros makes it easy to understand why he's on this list.
this brother last season really had a breakout campaign. Now everyone knows the
What did he
name
break out
Nico
of?
Williams.
Athletic Bilbao.
What did he break out of, bro?
They won a trophy.
Athletic
Bilbao,
Bilbao. Before that,
Spain.
people just looked at him as if he was like Iñaki's little brother.
Yeah,
No, he's the big
that's
brother.
true.
Inyaki's still
He is the
better
big
than
brother.
him.
No, Iñaki's
No,
not.
Inyaki's having a better season than Nico Williams.
come on now.
No, Nico Williams is
now.
not having a good season.
Come on, that's
on
rage
now.
bait right there. Come
Nico,
on.
bro. Look,
Act like you've been there before, bro.
Check it out, bro. Nico Williams is not having a good season. I think he got
Yeah,
injured
but
at one
Inyaki's
point.
not better than him, bro.
Yeah, but you can't say that Nico Williams wasn't a crucial factor for them winning their first trophy in I don't know how many years.
Bilbao, yeah.
Yeah, and
What was it? The Copa del Rey? One of those.
Yes, if I'm not
That was the
mistaken.
Super Cup.
It was the Super Cup.
That was the Community Shield.
Yeah.
Community Shield. FA Cup actually.
Lift it.
Carabao Cup.
We lift those.
But it's a sick story what he did in the Euros. But
story.
you have an entire season to go off of with Athletic Bilbao, and I don't know. I think it's fair where he is on the list, to be honest.
For La Liga, Bilbao didn't really overachieve or underachieve. Like they were average, I would say.
Nico Williams is definitely propped up by the Euros.
And let's not forget, he almost got a transfer to Barcelona.
Very true, but it didn't come to
Did
fruition.
Barca dodge a bullet,
No.
But
bro? They would have been overpaying.
I think right now it's working out for Barcelona because
Bro, you can buy him next summer for we don't know yet.
They didn't
but-
really need him. Like now that everything has shifted, like Rafinha playing Olmo, they don't really need him.
It looked like they needed him at the time, though.
Listen, but Nico Williams is in our 18th position. The next player up at 17, another Arsenal Don. Often described as a Rolls Royce, Saliba cements himself as one of the best defenders in the world. Pivotal for Arteta's block and newly promoted as a starter in a stacked French team, Saliba at 23 is already making a mark.
I think this is a fair rating. I think this is a relatively fair rating. Rolls-Royce center back, probably, if not in the top 3 of last season. Center backs in the
Premier
world.
League?
In the world.
In the world.
I'm saying it.
I mean, Rudiger.
Gracious.
Araujo.
Rudiger.
Araujo.
Last year, yes.
Oh, so that red card against PSG, we just So
are we
Champions League
basing
only
a whole
matters.
season?
Champions League only matters when it's
God.
Max Hummels.
Oh my
But when it's
God.
Araujo, we don't look at Champions League, buddy.
Because he's done a bit more,
Because
brother.
he's not cool and his
But
name's
he's done
not
a bit
Max
more, brother.
Hummels.
He's done a
What
bit
is
more
his
than
argument,
Araujo.
bro?
He's done a bit more than Hummels. Sorry.
Like the logic doesn't need to say consistent. I will be honest.
It's super consistent over here. Saliba, I put him 19th.
It's as consistent as fucking Milan right now.
It's as consistent as it's as consistent as it gets, brother. Saliba, excellent player for Arsenal, top 5 center back in the world, and one of the best for France. That's what it is. That's why he's up there.
France.
But didn't win a trophy.
Anyway, Man United shit.
Also notable that France did not have a great Euros, but I don't think he was part of
They
that
made the
problem.
semis.
Without scoring a goal in the first, scored one goal in
But
the...
defensively, they were excellent.
They made the semis.
Okay.
Okay.
England made the finals.
Yeah, England made the finals.
And
They
you're
put
telling- they
all
were
their players
shit.
in the Ballon d'Or voting.
And they were shit.
Max Hummels. Oh my God.
bar is not Matt Bro.
Oh my God. Let's put Mark Gahey into the Ballon d'Or nominees.
all over again.
This is
Please,
PCB all over.
Mark Gahey, lift your Ballon d'Or.
This is Pisili all over again.
Unbelievable.
Ridiculous.
Consistency, remember that.
Gentlemen, the next player up was very, very close to Saliba. He was only 0.5 higher in the ranking. This, boys, is another Arsenal legend. When Mikel Arteta announces his lineup, Saka is always the first name on the team sheet. The face of Arsenal pulls an even better season than the one before, placing him in conversations with the best wingers in the world.
I put 4 Arsenal players in a row.
I think I put 3 in a row.
I
That's
looked
the
at
level.
the list. I saw the people above him, like, nah. And I saw the people below him, like, they're
Yeah.
better than these guys.
Loki,
there we
me
go.
too. I just have Nico, or else it would have been Saka, Odegaard,
It was a
Saliba.
package deal. It was a package deal with the Arsenal
All
players.
these brothers had the same exact season, so clump them all together.
So what you did is you took your personal favorites of each one,
Yeah.
ranked 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you just took them as a group. And
Exactly.
okay, I'm scapping them here.
Copy paste.
Copy paste. Bukayo Saka, boys, how did you think his season went? Does he deserve to be on this list?
Oh, for his standards, yeah, probably I'd say his best season in the Premier League, numbers-wise. Playing-wise, you can argue
Is it? Is it the best season?
Numbers-wise, I'm pretty sure he had 11 goals, 6 assists, if I'm not wrong.
No, way more.
16 goals, 11
Okay.
assists.
Not too shabby, especially in the Prem. But he is the main man for Arsenal.
Yes.
He is
The face
kind
of Arsenal?
Yeah, the
And
face
this is
of
also
Arsenal right
without,
now.
this is also, I want to say it affects him, but this is without a definite, let's say a top 5 European striker, or a top 10 even.
Havertz?
Yeah, but that could low-key hurt your numbers sometimes.
It can maybe boost your assist number. I don't know. I think just offensive, like driving offensively helps everybody. And it would help Saka primarily.
Well, boys, I'll tell you right now, there's no other Arsenal players after this point, so enjoy the Saka hype while you can. The next player up, first Real Madrid player, boys. Let's see. People are finally catching on to Valverde. Is there a position he can't play? One of Real Madrid's most underrated players has beat the competition and secured a starting spot, leading his team to a La Liga and Champions League trophy.
He is 15th. I put him 15th. I think we all kind of put him around there.
Yeah.
I
There
put him
wasn't-
17th. Listen,
Just outside that top 10.
Valverde, excellent player, but if he could just get a couple of more assists or goals, stat-wise, he'd look even better. You know what I mean?
Put him on a different team. Let's just say in theory, put him on Arsenal. Now what happens?
World class.
Well, he wouldn't be on this list because you would end up with no trophies.
Agreed.
So,
Well, he'd definitely be higher than Bukayo Saka. That's all I have to say.
100%.
weren't you just propagating that he was overrated? Like
You bring up, brother, weren't you? You propagated the most heinous stuff
Millie,
2 years
before
ago.
we started recording this video, you literally told all of us in unison
that
Yeah.
Valverde,
Valverde is the
doesn't
most
make enter starting
overrated
11.
midfielder in the world.
Valverde is not overrated anymore, boys.
Every
That's-
player,
you're-
every,
double that- you can't-
every,
gotta double down,
every
really.
squad in the world would love a Valverde because
Versatile.
he plugs in any hole that you need and puts in like for the badge. He's one of those for the badge type monsters and never injured, never ever injured.
That's the Valverde jinx, bro.
Never ever injured.
ACL,
next
meniscus tear.
Valverde
Pulled
ACL.
pork. We're in the Real Madrid kid too. Oh, it's destined. He just ruined his career, Valverde.
Champions League
Congratulations.
winner.
Yo,
Excellent Copa America with Uruguay.
He's on path to be a Real Madrid like club legend.
Valverde was our first Real Madrid player, and in the 14th spot in our Ballon d'Or rankings is another Real Madrid player. One of the most feared defenders of last season, Antonio Rudiger has inserted himself in the conversations of best defender in the world. Constantly winning back the ball for Real Madrid, he finishes the season with an impressive Champions League and a La Liga campaign, winning both.
How did the best center back in the world fall this low? Really not understandable, to be honest.
What did you put him?
I put him 7th.
7th.
At the end of the day, Varvar, this is a
Crazy.
striker's trophy. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But what did Rudiger do?
Won the
get
Champions
football?
League.
He won the
No,
Champions
no, no,
League.
no,
won
no,
La
no, wait,
Liga.
bro.
Probably the best defender in the world.
Bro, what did he do more than Valverde? Let's say.
Oh,
Be the best in the world in his position.
yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Bro,
I think that's
Can't beat
You
that
got me
one.
with that
Did
one.
you put Saka or Saliba over? Like, which one did you put
I put
higher?
Saka higher,
So?
but Saliba's not the best in the world at his position.
He's higher up than Saka is in his position.
So Saka not a top 3 winger in the world, confirmed by Paolo.
Confirmado
Saliba
oficial?
was second last.
Confirmado
under Rudiger.
oficial?
Anyway,
The whole Arsenal.
anyway,
Goddamn.
I digress. But 7th is relatively high, bro.
I think the top 10 is a little steep, but I see the vision.
He reminds me of like a Sergio Ramos, where the brother is like has that charisma as a defender that
The aura.
you can't f- with me. Like you just know.
But he doesn't have the offensive output that Ramos had, which that
That's
He's
true.
banging
But
in some headers here and there.
Yeah, but Ramos-
he can move sometime, bro.
Yeah, but
Ramos
I
was
don't
on
think that's
pen
his.
too at one point, remember?
Yeah, but I don't think that's his main role is to be some sort of provider as a defender. This guy is just
He's a long
a
ball.
brick wall in the back. I think
as Varvar said, bro, that's hot ass right there
When did I ever say that?
in this video.
Beginning of the video, brother.
Ta.
Oh. If I speak, I will be suspended.
Boys, we are inching very close to that top 10 Ballon d'Or rankings, but in the 13th spot. Listen, boys, another Leverkusen undefeated Dawn. Finishing with double-digit goals and assists for Bayer Leverkusen, Florian Wirtz has become one of Germany's hottest prospects, solidifying himself as one of the best players in the world.
How did Wirtz end up higher than Rudiger? We will never know. Ever.
once
ever.
again-
Brother, come on now.
Ever.
Once again,
Come on now.
the best player on Bayer Leverkusen who went undefeated, and if they didn't lose against Atalanta with that fluke, they would have had a treble.
That fluke.
That fluke.
was a fluke because
if I
Atalanta came
interviewed you,
swinging.
if I interviewed you right after that game, you said, "Look, this shows the level of Serie A the Serie A teams. Look at the Serie A. Atalanta just smoked the Bayer Leverkusen."
You got me. You got me.
And then you check the power rankings, and Leverkusen is top 10, and Atalanta is nowhere to be
And they
seen.
beat Milan still.
Yeah, and I said they would beat Milan.
Milan shit.
Keep
No.
it up. Where's the Man United in the Champions League?
Bro, we have the Man United of Serie A and the Milan of Prem, so
That's the second video in a row
but
you say that.
Two cheeks of the same ass.
Yeah.
Yet again.
I'm gonna continue
Wirtz,
to say it.
brother, he
What a
wasn't
player.
even. He was good at the Euros. I say he was a very good sub.
was good.
Very good sub.
Bro,
but
you're not starting, bro. I can't respect you if you don't. If you
Oh,
don't start
come
for-
on, bro. Come on now.
Crazy.
How many times have you've had players that have performed in, day out
Bro, where's
off the
Musiala?
bench?
Where's Musiala on this list? And that's the guy he wasn't starting over.
Listen, he got third place in the Bundesliga. That's where he was.
The 7th best player in the world, firm says, doesn't start for his national team.
Yeah, but you can't
It's
can't
his
deny.
first time
The
getting
7th
called up.
best. So he's not the 7th best.
Yeah, but you
in the world.
can't deny that Florian
season that he
Wirtz
had.
had one of the best individual seasons
Ever.
last
Was
season.
Musiala-
Is
almost.
Musiala even nominated?
No.
On this list, he's not nominated,
No.
which is pretty
But
good.
Musiala didn't have an excellent season last season.
He
Played
had-
better at the Euros.
He played much better.
Played well at the Euros. I'd say
Germany's best
equally.
player. No.
Equally, they played just
Bro,
the same.
Wirtz was good. He was the Bundesliga player of the season, I'm pretty sure.
Yes,
Deserves it.
He was.
Deserves it. But for me, that really means nothing. So
And the output,
Okay.
insane output.
Once again, Varvar says it's not worth anything. Throw it
but
in the garbage.
it's not like a whole wheat back of the cereal box. That's more like Fruit
Frosted
Loops.
Flakes, bro.
Like Fruit Loops.
Bro, every season in the Bundesliga, for some reason, there's a lot of one season. There's a lot of. I'm not saying Wirtz is a one season wonder, but we saw Guirassy. We're seeing with Omar Marmoush.
Bro.
Every season, there's one guy that just has that one goal
Guirassy
this
banging them in this season too.
He moved up.
Baller.
He got a little upgrade in his.
I think he has like more goals than games this season for Dortmund.
So Florian Wirtz, you are our 13th overall Ballon d'Or nominee. The next player, boys, we're going to Chelsea. Was there a more meteoric rise this season than the one done by Cole Palmer? Game-winning goals were a formality for the Chelsea man. Surely this won't be the last year we see him on this list.
If you had the chance today, pick between Wirtz and Palmer for the next decade, which one you pick?
Really close.
I'm picking Palmer.
Eh,
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I like Wirtz.
No. Palmer clear.
Yeah, Palmer has that X factor
I
too.
don't know. Inter haven't played with wingers in almost 10 years now, so I'm not really used to the winger talk.
What's this yee ass answer?
Bro, shut up. Just start talking, bro.
But mainly, it's always the winger talk with Inter. It's always we don't play with wingers.
Cameras are on you, bro. Start talking.
Palmer took that Chelsea team and actually makes them look competent because right before he joined, we were saying that this is possibly one of the worst teams of all time, and now they look
Who was
all
saying
right.
this?
Especially last season. Last
Worst-
season,
maybe the
Chelsea
worst
was not
Chelsea
good.
side of all
No,
Yeah.
one of the worst teams of all time. Worst assembled teams. They really took a
Man United
pile
fan.
of shit. They really took like one big pile of shit, added Cole Palmer, and made it
Bro,
look
it's a
like.
billion-
And they're
dollar
above Man
pile of
United,
shit.
by the way.
So Varvar put him 9th, Pala 13th, Firms 10, Millie 14.
I think the level is there.
The level is there.
Should be
Considering
higher.
Chelsea's
I don't think it should
season,
be higher.
they didn't win anything, did they?
No.
No.
Oh,
they
shit.
didn't
But
even make,
individual,
they made Conference
individually,
League, which was pretty disappointing for Chelsea.
yeah, but that's not Cole Palmer's fault.
No, yeah, I
Cole
know.
Palmer did whatever he could to
His
get-
stats are wild.
Yes.
Like what he did last year was incredible.
Bro,
I-
remember that game against Everton? Florian Wirtz ain't dropped a performance like that, my brother.
Literally did.
I'm sure.
No, he hasn't, bro.
Because you watched all 38,
First half hat trick, Cole
34
Palmer.
Bundesliga games.
That's the
from
thing.
Gravy.
Palmer could actually score a
uh,
hat trick like that.
maybe he did it.
Wirtz, I don't really.
Nernenstein.
I wasn't watching, bro. I promise you that.
Birmingfield.
Gentlemen, this may come as a shock, but in 11th place, we have another Manchester City player. I don't know if you're ready for this one. A relatively low ranking for the Norwegian Viking Erling Haaland. His season was tainted by the inability to qualify for the Euros with his country, but he had a solid domestic campaign nevertheless.
Bro, I know Haaland didn't have the best season for his standards, but still an extremely dominant campaign. Extremely
There's
dominant.
not enough Prem appreciation in this ranking.
I don't know. It's
Because
Haaland.
we have 3 Serie A heads, and
You're acting like we don't rate Haaland though.
of
course
well,
we rate
clearly
Haaland.
somebody doesn't because it's his 11th.
I mean,
Listen, he did score a lot of goals, one with Man City, but I don't know. It's not the Haaland that would push him.
But he
like-
won trophies.
Yeah.
He did.
he did win trophy.
But why?
But
Why
according
is?
to you, that's all that matters.
Why
No,
isn't?
I didn't say that's all that
He
matters.
could definitely be
It's
top
also-
10. Right now, we have him 11th.
Why isn't his? Why does his standard hurt him? Because I'm 100% sure if the backup striker for Leverkusen put up a Haaland season, you'd have him like 6th on this list.
Yeah, but because that's the thing is that Haaland has shown that his level could be much higher than that, and it was reflective in those Ballon d'Or rankings. I think he was top 3 or top 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Now he's
The year Messi won. Yeah, but because numerically he digressed.
Where did we all put him?
So Varvar put him in the top 10, Pala top 10, Firms 13th, Millie 11th,
By top 10, you mean 10th?
10th. Average was 11.
I don't know. Yeah, he was a tough one to put because obviously Bagsman for Man City, but he's also like not the most important player for them.
And his international career is holding him back.
That's very true as well.
Gonna have to wait and see for that. But boys, we are now into the top 10. And in the 10th place in our Ballon d'Or rankings, we're headed back to Germany. European Golden Boot winner Harry Kane left Tottenham last season in the hopes of winning a trophy. Sadly, he did not. But that wasn't his fault as he put up absolutely insane numbers for Bayern. Exactly what we expected from the Englishman.
Harry Kane? What the f?
What the?
This is absolute insanity. Tell me these rankings right now.
Varvar, you put him in the top 3 of Ballon d'Or
Okay, no,
voting.
that's stupid. That's
No!
that's very stupid.
What do you mean that's very
That's
stupid?
very-
That's the
You can't even say what this shit.
it's the Golden Boot winner. Okay.
Okay.
Top scorer at the Euros.
Okay.
Tied for top
with like
scorer.
20 other
He had
people.
a horrible Euro campaign.
Yeah, he was pretty
No,
bad.
I don't think he was
Still
that
ended
bad.
as the top scorer.
Tied with 27 people.
Before you start yelling stupidity,
Made a final of the Euro.
before you start yelling stupidity, let's be real here. He had an ass Euro. Scored a
No,
penalty.
he didn't.
Scored 2 tap-ins.
He had an average Euros.
Bro, ass Euro.
I'm not here saying, oh my God, he's the best.
When England needed him, he wasn't there. That's a failure.
I don't
And let's not
no.
forget, for Bayern, 3rd. Not that great for a
Bro,
Bayern
he
team.
did everything in his power. Like
Yeah.
he could not have done
40
more.
goals.
Team
for
achievements
Bayern.
also
scored
matter.
40 goals.
Yeah,
Not
if
enough.
Lewandowski scored 40 goals, they'd win the Bundesliga no problem.
But maybe that says something about having
not about Harry
on-
Kane, it's
Yeah, but
about
maybe it
Bayern
says
Munich.
something about having Kane on your team. But we saw
No,
at
no,
Spurs.
no.
He scored a lot of goals, didn't succeed.
I don't know, but
Great player.
Pala put him 11th. Firms put him 14th. I put him in the top 10 at 9.
This is not to
he
say
knows
that he's
one of
not
the
a
best.
top
I know
Right
he's
before
three
the
striker.
Euros, we were debating that if England won the Euros, could he win the Ballon d'Or?
Okay, hypothetical.
where's the
They
bid
didn't
at?
win.
All
Okay,
of
he
us.
did.
We spoke about it on the podcast.
That's why I wasn't there, bro.
Yeah,
I would have never
sure.
said that. I would have never let that conversation
Yeah,
ride.
sure.
Boys, in the 9th position, we're back to Real Madrid. Let's see who it is.
An absolute icon of the sport, Toni Kroos decided this summer that it was time to hang up his boots, but not because he has a lack of quality, waiting until the end of his career to potentially having his best season yet.
Last year,
Exceptional.
if Germany wins that Euros, Loki, I say he should win the Ballon d'Or.
He becomes top 3 automatically.
Yes,
For me personally.
No, he
Probably wins the Ballon d'Or.
He wins it.
Probably wins
Champions
the
League, La Liga.
Crazy how a couple
Yeah,
With the
Euro.
Euro.
like your whole season gets rated off of.
No,
your national
because
teams.
brother, last year he was a different grade.
No, I know, but that's not getting recognized
You watched it
unless
live, too.
Germany
But you
wins.
see, like, trophies matter in that case. That's what I've been saying, that you got to take into account if Germany wins the Euro, these positions are all shifting around.
we all agree on this, but a lack of trophies shouldn't completely disregard a player's season.
Toni Kroos, Varvar, you put him 8. Pala, 9. Firms, 11. And I put him 8 as well.
Where'd you put him, Barber?
8.
What are you yapping about?
I no, but I'm saying I just had
We
to put
should
it. We got it because this might be the last time we speak about Toni Kroos on this channel.
Oh, thank God.
So we got to put some respect.
Retired
on his
early.
name.
He had at least 3-4 years left.
Would,
in the
if you
tank,
were
boss.
if you were him, would you retire? Would you retire on top or would you retire?
Well, listen.
on top.
I retire on top also. I
Yeah,
guess.
it's all the.
Legacy
It was like
booster.
a nice little bow.
Personally,
Personally,
I would go back to my hometown club.
I don't
Like Manolas and score 12 goals a game.
That's the vibes.
But yeah, that's what I would do.
If Modric is doing it at 40, though, who says that Toni Kroos couldn't?
Toni Kroos definitely retired a little too early for our liking, but boys, in 8th place, we got a Manchester City player. Take a guess who it is.
Premier League Player of the Season, Phil Foden cemented himself as a Premier League icon last season. Goals and assists were a formality for the City Academy product on the way to the title.
Premier League Player of the Season.
One of the best for Man City.
Biggest stinker on the Euros in this list.
Monty.
Yeah,
did, yeah,
I
he
think
did.
I think this is one of those scenarios.
He drops down.
Euros hinder.
All you needed to do was drop an average Euros, and I think he might have even found himself like top 6 or 5.
goals, one or
wing,
two goals.
Right wing, Cam. They
Doesn't matter
It's not like,
where.
it's not like they didn't try him.
Across the
Southgate
board.
tried him, yeah.
Across the board.
There's something about him
crazy.
putting that England kid on. All of a sudden, he just does not care.
Is it Man City tax, potentially?
I don't. Bro,
I don't think you
doing
can-
it- when you do it for 38 games, it's not really a tax.
Pep tax. But even when under Lee Carsley, he was asked too.
So what you're saying is Pep has to coach
Conversations
English
need to be
nationals.
had.
Discussions need to be open.
But Phil Foden definitely deserves to be somewhat in this conversation.
Where
but I
did we
don't
put
think
him?
Vara put him outside the top 10 at 11.
That's crazy.
Pala put him 8. Firms 9. Millie 7.
I think Foden should definitely be
You
in
were
the top
the
10.
biggest twerker for Foden last season.
Yeah, and
the
that
biggest.
Euros really.
That's reactionary, brother.
Yeah, it's so reactionary.
You're just watching this season and
I
you're
took less of it on my ranking of it. I didn't take in the Euros too much into account, but you can't disregard his Manchester City season was absolutely insane.
I think stat-wise, I might be completely wrong, but he had his best season stat-wise.
for sure.
So, I mean, you got to put him top 10, brother.
I disagree. Respectfully.
We're a little contentious on the Phil Foden talk, boys, but in 7th place we have a former PSG Don. Mbappe did not have the best campaign last season for his standards, but we must remember that this is Kylian Mbappe. There may not be a more inevitable player in the world than the new Real Madrid man.
Mbappe is another tough one because for PSG, he scored like 40 goals, but nobody really talks about that. In the Euros, he didn't have a good Euro, so that hinders him. Listen,
Stinker of a Euros.
But it's
Stinker.
a public perception because you know everyone's watching the Euros, not everyone's watching Ligue 1.
Mbappe has not lifted me off my seat in a calendar year. I'm just gonna say it, bro. He really has not.
I'm trying to think, even in the Champions League.
He hasn't, bro.
He didn't last
He didn't
year.
Ligue 1. Bro, he won Ligue 1. I mean, whatever that means. He won the Coupe de
France.
Coupe de France.
I
Still
think I'd actually rather the Super Copa than that.
Okay, whatever.
The cereal
Regardless,
box.
he won.
I'd rather
He
that.
brought his team to some successes, and I agree. Though you are right. Put up 180 minutes of ass versus Dortmund, and then had a failure of a Euro. I mean, did we put him up here because of his name? Quite possibly.
No, he still scored.
No, it was still,
Even against Barca, he was asked too.
Bro,
Yeah, he did.
Lewandowski should be on here if it's just based on goals in your league. You know.
so I'll tell you, there's 3 rankings right now, 5, 8, and 6, which is pretty reasonable. It's okay.
Where did I put him? Lay it on me.
Okay, pause, first of all.
All right.
Varvar, you put him 13th place.
That's
And
I think it's
mid-
very harsh.
Mid-season.
I don't think it's mid.
Bro.
You lose Messi, you You lose Neymar.
What's a reason?
You're by yourself.
What is a reason to put Mbappe higher than Foden?
Because
Both at stinker Euros.
Morale put.
One was Premier League Player of the Season though in the Premier League.
You can't.
One scored 40
you can only
goals.
play what's in
Hard
front
to,
of you.
yeah.
Mbappe,
was player of-
played whenever someone was good in front of him. He played like shit.
I wouldn't say that, bro. He had an amazing campaign.
He still had in the Champions League. He had like 6 goals in 10 games. That's decent.
They were all mostly pens.
It's
Çalhanoğlu does it. It's important all of a sudden.
midfielder, but okay. Not supposed to be carrying this generation. So, boys, unfortunately, Mbappe took a tumble in these rankings, and we hope for a better season at Real Madrid. But in 6th place, boys,
Oh, I know who this is.
I think you guys could guess it might be.
Lautaro Martinez.
damn.
Alfarto Puptinas.
El Toro Martinez took himself from Serie A star to international superstar this season. With over 36 goals, he finished the season as Serie A champion and top scorer, doing the same in the Copa America for Argentina. Lautaro Martinez has officially put himself amongst Europe's best.
This is we were very generous.
I ain't gonna cap. That's a little low.
That's a little high.
Bro, what did Lautaro do last season that would put him above Mbappe?
Literally one.
Come on now.
Trophies on trophies on
Trophies
trophies.
and trophies
So-
and trophies.
Okay.
I just asked the question.
Well, where did I put him, Millie?
He
Yeah.
has to make sure before he runs the.
All right, so here are the rankings. Varvar put him 12th. Palace 6th. Firms 4. I put him 3rd. That's podium.
I don't give a shit, bro. Martinez, not my cup of gravy as a player. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna cap.
clearly. But it doesn't change the fact that he had a very, very good season last year.
Really
Not
put him
better,
as a
not better than Foden. Not better than
It's
Haaland.
not about the
better than
player.
Palmer.
It's about the season he
You're
had.
telling me you'd rather have Martinez's season than Palmer's season?
You can't use that logic.
That's of course I would have Lautaro's season over Palmer's season. Are you
That's
stupid?
not, of course I would have Lautaro's season.
Of course I would, bro. You win your league, you win trophies, you win for your nation. Why wouldn't you want that season?
He's not cold, bruv.
Yeah, that's
He
the
doesn't
problem.
He
got
doesn't
aura.
have those chippy chips,
Yes,
bruv.
I
Stole
put
the
him-
celebration.
I put him podium, so
Podium?
of course I put him
Put him
third.
third.
Podium is a little bit wild.
I don't think it's wild
but
at all.
I think he's there.
Lionel
Four.
Messi said that he should win the Ballon d'Or. That's all I needed to
Okay.
hear, bro. Talk
Wrap
to
it
a
up,
wall,
bro.
turn to the left.
You don't got no wall.
Lautaro Martinez is gonna finish in the podium.
Unbelievable.
All right, boys, we're now into the top 5 of our Ballon d'Or rankings. And in 5th spot, we have a Barca Don. Lamine Yamal is by far the youngest player on this list, but may also be the best. Taking over that right wing spot for Barcelona and Spain, it was an unforgettable first full season for the Spanish winger.
Millie, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we all had him. Like, I don't think there was any outliers here.
Varvar put him 4. Paolo put him 4. Firm 6. I put him 10th.
Damn. 10.
I was just moving some things around, bro. That's all it is. Bro, you can't count
You
half
forgot
a
him.
season. Brother had half a season
Doesn't
at
matter.
Barcelona. Yes, it does matter. What?
No. And it's his
Yes,
first
and the
season,
Euros.
and he's insane.
Yes, and he was
9
he
goals
was
and-
fantastic in the Euros.
Okay.
Bro,
He's
in
top
my
10
opinion-
at, top 10 at 16 years old is an achievement.
In my personal opinion, when I saw Rodri lift that player of the tournament, I thought that was an absolute scam. Lamine Yamal should have won player of the tournament, 1,000%.
I think the
Oh, I
conversation
would
was
say
Yamal or Nico.
Fabian Ruiz.
no.
Fabian Ruiz.
Lamine
Fabian
Yamal
Ruiz
should
was
have
up
won
there.
player of the tournament and young player of the tournament. He should have been the first one in history to do that, but whatever. That's a whole other conversation. Lamine Yamal, bro,
What a player.
was the best year we've seen from a 17-year-old maybe ever in the sport.
Yes.
Yes,
Won the Euros.
exactly.
Led Barcelona.
You know what, Millie? You're not crazy.
I think
not crazy.
this can't be his ceiling. If you're telling me this is the where we draw the line, that we put him 4, 3, whatever podium, then anything after that, if he does better, then you have automatically give him the
This is
Ballon
true.
d'Or.
But yeah, you're right. I forgot that half a season. That's part of the Ballon d'Or.
He is 6 months.
He is kind of in that automatic
Well, listen.
Ballon d'Or tier.
We're going to talk about
I
another
think
guy
he's gonna
here.
Get there. This season, I think he's really going to get into that top 5,
Yeah.
solidify himself there.
Depends. It's Champions League's gonna matter
lot.
majorly for him because there's no European tournament.
in competition.
Also, Club World Cup this year has to be said.
Has to be.
That might change some Ballon d'Or stuff.
We shall see. What do you mean,
Bro,
yeah.
that's the back of the cereal box. You just won free tickets to the
That's the front of the
Say
cereal
that. Say
box.
that. You're gonna keep
That's
denying
on the
the Club World
front
Cup.
of the cereal box contest to win free Club World Cup.
That's
tickets.
the
Manchester United in
crossword
it?
puzzle that you see.
Are Manchester United in it?
Genuine question. Are they in it?
Are Manchester United in it?
Club World Cup, are they?
No.
Why,
That's what I
Oh,
thought.
they didn't give you the charity.
No,
just
they-
here's a Club
that's a
World Cup.
glorified preseason tournament.
They couldn't
really
afford the
not.
cereal box.
Club World Cup's gonna be big this year. Mark my words.
Boys, in our 4th place in the Ballon d'Or rankings, this man, Spanish legend now, Real Madrid legend. Let's see who it is.
Dani Carvajal had one of the most trophy-filled seasons of all time last season, winning the Champions League, La Liga, and the Euros. Absolutely dominant from the Spanish right back, all the while picking up man of the match in crucial matches.
Varmer put Carvajal 6th. Paulo put him 7th. Firms 3rd. I put him 5th.
This is a player, yes, and let me give you my reasoning. I've been consistent throughout this video. You win trophies and you're the best in your position,
So
you go higher. He was the best right back at the Euros. He's the best right back in the world that season. And he won Champions League with Real Madrid, La Liga,
week ago,
and a
you
Euro.
literally just said Koundé is the best right back in the world.
This season.
Bro, there's no right backs in the world currently.
Carvajal is injured, by the way, brother.
Bro, he was a great leader for Real Madrid. Aside from his actually footballing ability, amazing.
He'll
Amazing
be
for
remembered
Real.
very, very well.
Yeah.
Honestly, his footballing ability is what lets him down because people don't really see him as a Trent, like with the passes and like.
But
he's just a
Ballon d'Or, it's for your playing ability just as much as it is for your achievements as a club.
That's what it is.
Carvajal, and if you're saying that the playing part is letting him down, then
Bro, Saliba, a guy like Saliba.
No, I didn't say that. I just said
Lautaro played much better than Carvajal
That's so
footballing
cap.
wise
he
last
didn't even
season.
play that well at the Euros. I'm not even gonna cap.
Carvajal?
Yeah, he didn't play that well at
He
the
had
Euros.
big
He was
moments.
Down
suspended.
everyone.
He was suspended for the
Just 'cause of
final.
the
I'm pretty
Musiala
sure.
one.
no,
No,
for the semifinal.
For the
No.
semifinal, he was suspended because he got a red card because he couldn't defend Musiala.
Musiala, okay.
I'm saying he had a good season, bro. Number 6 is a justified position.
Rudiger had a better season. Listen, I put Carvajal up there
You put
because
him on the podium, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
that's
He
what I'm
deserves to
saying
be
is
there.
crazy.
Maybe not as an aesthetically pleasing player to watch, but brother, he has the achievements. He had he was MVP in the Champions League final.
Bro, our kids are gonna look at that podium and be like, "Who the f was that mother?"
I think we're gonna look at the winner and we're gonna be like, what the did he do to win?
I mean, we shall see. Oh, Ferns got the Barca kid on. He's ready to cook right now.
Bro,
And he just jerked off Dani Carvajal.
The time has come, boys. We are now on the podium of the Ballon d'Or rankings. These are the best players this year, according to us. In third, another Real Madrid player, but which one? That is the question.
Jude Bellingham not only secured a Champions League and La Liga last season, but also icon status of the sport. When he first joined Real, he took the world by storm by scoring in nearly every game for Los Blancos.
How's this guy third?
as he should.
You put him second.
How's he third?
Oh, okay.
Why would you put him second?
Because he should be second, bro. You can't name two players that had a better season than Jude Bellingham.
Carvajal.
No, he didn't, bro.
Bellingham?
bro.
No,
What Euros
no.
he did?
Let me talk. Let me talk. You said for Yamal, 6 months here, that doesn't count. What about Bellingham?
Are we forgetting that for
Bellingham?
the first 6 months of the year last year he was bailing out Real Madrid every single game?
The first. What happened in the second?
What? He played decent. He played
He
good.
played decent. He fell off. Nobody was talking about him.
No, he didn't, bro.
Bro, the fact that he's not in the Ballon d'Or conversations as he
that he's a
should.
goals and assist merchant. He stopped getting goals and assists, so
No.
then he fell off.
No, we all said in the Euros Bellingham wasn't the best player.
He wasn't.
Was he?
No.
I'd say he was
Okay.
one of England's better players, and that doesn't say much because nobody was that
Exactly.
standout. But the logic that if he had a better second half of the season than he did the first, then that would have translated into Champions League stuff. But it's just a timing thing because it's so long ago you forget it. But Varvar's right. Jude Bellingham saved numerous points. I would say he won them La Liga.
He did.
And that's
Bro,
why
he did.
Yeah.
They would have dropped way too many points that first
Listen,
half
if
of the
he had the
season.
same performances that he did the first 6 months as the last 6 months, I would say 100% he deserves the
He
Ballon
would have
d'Or.
won the
Agreed.
Ballon d'Or
He deserves the Ballon d'Or.
because
But-
Vinny took that torch from him in the second half of the
yeah,
season.
but for him to have that last 6 months where it's like bad enough that he's
We aren't even-
questionably
it
in that
wasn't
podium.
bad. It's just he started playing deeper because Hosselu started playing in the
exactly.
team.
Bro,
Yeah,
he
but
scored.
unfortunately-
He
but
assisted a
unfortunately
World
for Ballon
Cup.
d'Ors. You can't just have 6 months insane and then 6 months like you can't go hot and cold.
Did he not score in the semifinal? He scored in the semifinal.
he scored for
I don't
England a
remember.
couple of game
scored a
winners.
scissor kick in
He
the
scored, he
semifinal.
scored in the quarterfinals to save them.
It was the quarterfinals where he scored the scissor kick. Assisted Palmer in the final.
Okay.
Bro, he still had a very good Euro for what England was doing at the time.
But you see, we all watched the Euro. He wasn't good, but obviously
no
we're
one in
gonna
the
read
England
him.
team was good.
Yes,
Yeah,
but we're gonna read him because of that goal against Slovakia.
But that's the X factor that he brings to your team.
Listen, I put him fifth. I think that's his position. The 6 months that he played at the end left me wanting more.
So, boys, we are down to the final two players in our Ballon d'Or rankings. This is very contentious. Let's reveal the two finalists. Now down to two players, Rodri and Vinny, who both had incredible campaigns filled with trophies and plaudits, but who will come out on top for us. Well, the boys and I have spoken, and our Ballon d'Or winner is Vinicius Jr.
Deservedly so.
Sports cooked.
What do you mean sports cook, bro? He's the best player in the world last year. Not even close.
How can you win the Ballon d'Or and like have a flaw? Like to me, it's a flawless season. You're looking at someone that had a flawless season. I put Vinny first, yes,
Who had
but
a flawless season?
none of these people.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying we're cooked because Vinny for Brazil.
Garbage. Garbage.
No,
Garbage.
I think he's maybe scored 2 goals for Brazil all of last season.
I don't even remember
that. And kind of failed them in the Copa America.
Didn't win La Liga Player of the Season. So
in La Liga, he was exceptional. Bro, he's in the 99th percentile for every metric and
I agree. He's the best winger in the world, but then why is he not winning the best player in La Liga?
in the world.
Who was
That's
the best player in La
Second
Liga?
best player in the world, but
I don't. Maybe Bellingham. I'm not sure.
The Vinny hype for Real Madrid, it all
Elevates
adds up.
him.
It all adds up. It elevates. So obviously, listen, Varvar, Pala, and I put him first. Firms put him second. It's like conceding.
and
It's just
Rodri.
like, okay.
I put
I'm
Rodri
assuming
first.
It's Rodri.
Yeah, I hope it's Rodri.
Listen, for these Rodri rankings, they're kind of all over the map. Varvar put him 5. Pala 3.
What are you doing,
Firms
bro?
1. Millie 2.
What are you doing, Varvar?
That's
Rodri's
crazy.
not
What?
my Ballon d'Or winner, bro.
Won the Euro. Once again, I'm bringing the trophy up.
Scammed his way. By the way, off pure
MVP
reputation,
of the
he won
Euro.
Player of the Euro. Yeah, he was not the MVP of the Euros. I watched the Euros. I know Blood was not the MVP.
Why?
Because
Because he didn't score goals like Bellingham.
Because the brother is just not
What?
the MVP of the Euros.
He did score at the Euros.
He did. No, he didn't.
He scored an important goal for Spain.
I don't remember, but
I'm pretty
don't
sure he
remember.
scored the opening goal in the 4-1 versus Georgia.
Brother,
Anyway.
they played better without him on the pitch in the Euro
that's cap.
final.
Because look at Man City right now. He gets injured and they're shit.
That's cap. I watched the final and Zubimendi was not that good.
No, you're stupid, bro. Zubimendi was better.
Did he just say?
Well, I don't think you compare Rodri to Zubimendi right now. Come on.
That's unbelievable.
Why?
Also,
I don't think Spain lose that much level if Rodri gets injured.
Oh, that's very
I think
dumb.
if
That is a very
if Lamine Yamal
ignorant
gets injured,
accusation.
we're having different conversations.
Well, you're talking about a winger.
Accusations.
Who are you subbing on? Ferran Torres.
yes.
There's no depth on the wing. Obviously, you're gonna get worse if Yamal gets hurt.
Zubimendi compared to Rodri.
What is
you
this
should
conversation? What are we
you
having
should
here?
see a
That's
clear
crazy.
drop off.
Zubimendi in the Ballon, like we're talking about the top 2 Ballon d'Ors and Zubimendi.
well, it's also crazy that we're shitting on Vinny and we're hyping up Rodri.
No,
even though Vinny won our Ballon d'Or.
Vinny is probably gonna win the Ballon d'Or.
That's why.
That's what it
we
is.
kind of just.
I think it's very debatable. I don't think it's like a clear number 1.
It's clear.
But to me, I'm putting Rodri first.
I have a question. Was this Rodri's best season for City?
No.
No, the treble winning season was. But was this Vinny's best season for Real Madrid?
Yeah.
No.
So, boys, there we have it. These are our official Ballon d'Or rankings. Some crazy shouts here and there, but let us know in the comments down below who you think should win the Ballon d'Or.
As always, thank you to our patrons. You guys are what keeps the engines going at Box to Box. We love you guys. And I think that's pretty much it.
We'll see you guys next week. Ciao. Ciao.